This episode is for business leaders who want to know how to master innovation from the master designer, and no, that's not a religious reference whatsoever. It's the universe or nature. Now, one of the problems with the way people think is they think for some reason that humans are inherently special rather than part of nature, and including the limits of nature. That is, there was a great book I did a book review on a long time ago called Brain Bugs, which really brought the point home. And it's that our brains use heuristics, or it's basically like biological algorithms to make good approximations of reality that are good enough most of the time, but also screw up. And that's the source of most of our biases. So what's remarkable is people always want to say, oh, well, I create things, when in fact what happens most of the time is, though we make great connections, while we may create things, creativity is sourced oftentimes from the outside. That is, experiences, and in particular, like I said, nature or the universe. And this is why for innovation, for developing solutions, whether it's business solutions or product solutions, look to your experience of the objective world. Yeah, I'm a sciencey guy. So let me ask you, I have a pop bottle cap here. Okay, ordinary pop bottle cap, kind of a sharp-ish edge, but not really. Like I can't cut my finger on it. And a round-ish edge, right? Just round the top edge, and this is the bottom, obviously, that screws on like that, like that. Okay, how could I pop or deflate a yoga ball with this cap? Can you solve that problem? I hadn't even thought of it either until I actually accomplished it. What happened is, I'm sitting on a yoga ball right now. I'll illustrate that point. See? I'm sitting on a yoga ball as I normally do, and I've killed quite a few yoga balls over the years. And the most two recent were killed in novel and ridiculous ways. I wouldn't think, short of modifying this little device, this little cap used for capping off my pop when I'm drinking it, could deflate or pop a yoga ball. But if you take this and you put it flat on the floor like this, inflate your yoga ball to a good high inflation, as I typically do, and then with your body roll the yoga ball with your full weight over top of this, it stretches the rubber, it makes like a divot inside the yoga ball, and it makes it so thin that this suddenly not very sharp edge could pop the yoga ball and then deflate it. This happened. I was on the yoga ball, I had one of these caps on my floor, I rolled over it with obviously all my weight on the yoga ball. Like right now I'm balancing, I'm not touching the ground at all. That's how high it is, or how inflated I make it. And that's why I'm sort of moving around. It's because I need to do that to continue or have dynamic balance. So to be able to use a pop bottle cap to deflate a yoga ball, all you have to do is look to nature. It was an accident, obviously, but it worked. I rolled over it. It pushed the rubber tightly enough against this sort of sharp edge that it actually became thin enough that one part of it actually tore open and the yoga ball started to go flat. I was like, what's going on? I lift up the yoga ball and there it was. So that's one way to deflate a yoga ball. Could you have thought of that? After the fact, you go, yeah, well, now that I know the answer, sure, I'm sure I could have thought of that. I say bullshit. In most cases, you couldn't have. I would have never imagined I can deflate a yoga ball with a pop bottle cap, or destroy a yoga ball with a pop bottle cap. So let's continue down this vein. So this is basically being empirically derived. Finding solutions, or problems in this case. Finding solutions via nature and via whatever seems to happen in the objective world, and learning from it. So now I know how to deflate any yoga ball quite easily with a pop bottle cap. I can do it over and over again. So it's a solution in that I now know how to do that, but I learned it backwards. I learned it from observation, not from creating it myself. And it's a fantastic solution if you want to pop a yoga ball. And the other one is popcorn. Same thing. I love popcorn. I usually use like a microwave silicone popcorn bowl. I popped some popcorn. I can't remember exactly what happened. I think I briefly put the popcorn, because it's got a sort of a round bottom that's like a cup, like a cylinder. I think I actually set it on top of my yoga ball. And then I bumped the yoga ball and the popcorn tipped over, and it was still very hot because it was fresh out of the microwave. One of the unpopped popcorn kernels fell onto the surface of the yoga ball, melted through the rubber, plastic, whatever material the yoga ball was made out of, and deflated the yoga ball. These two things happened in fairly rapid succession, a couple of weeks apart from each other. So I both felt stupid and inspired to do this video. That is, to create great solutions, make sure that you look to nature, to outside, to the observations of things you would never expect to have happened as potential solutions. So that's really what this episode is about. This is Crush It Club 169. And if anything about this episode was beneficial or interesting or insightful to you, I would really love it if you would like, share, subscribe, reach out, ask me questions, comment, whatever kind of stuff you're into. But that's it. The lesson is very simple. Look to nature and look to things you yourself wouldn't expect, because there are solutions all around us. Whether it's a solution for a business problem or a solution for an innovation for a product. This could be used in the right context as some kind of knife or puncture object, which is exactly what it was. But I didn't think of it. I discovered it by accident, and then being reflecting enough on it to say, hey, what happened? How is that possible? Now I have a new way to destroy yoga balls. Or I could put something in the microwave, a popcorn kernel or a few of them, pop them, and then dump the popcorn all over my yoga ball, and one of them is pretty much guaranteed not to have popped and be hot enough to melt through and deflate the yoga ball. So that's it. My name is Tim B. Green. This has been Crush It Club 169. Bye for now.